Hello, my friends. It's Mrs. Coolis here to go over Lesson 5, Customary Units of Weight with you. This lesson starts on page 723. So if you look at the top here, it says the weight of an object is how heavy it is. The customary units of weight are ounces, pounds, and tons. And you can see ounce is, the abbreviation is OZ. This is different than the ounces that we talked about for capacity. Capacity means how much something holds, and those measurements are actually in fluid ounces. What it's measuring is the amount of liquid. This is measuring how heavy something is. So like if you were to step on a bathroom scale, maybe that would tell you what your weight is. Okay, and we measure people's weights in pounds. If it's smaller than a pound, it's an ounce, okay, and a lot of pounds is a ton. Okay, so take a look at the examples they give you. So a strawberry is about an ounce. I didn't have strawberries, but I had some cherries. So you could kind of see, you know, what or feel if you have some kind of fruit like this at home, you could feel how heavy that is, right? Okay, they said that a pound is equal to like how heavy a pineapple is. I didn't have a pineapple at home, a full one like this, but I had a pound of butter that I got at Pete's grocery store. Okay, so you can see here it says net weight is 16 ounces or 1 pound. So if you hold something, see if you have, this has like 4 sticks of butter in it. If you have something like this at home and maybe some kind of fruit like this, you could put them in your hand to kind of feel the difference, okay? Now there's no way anyone can hold a ton because a ton is a lot of weight. Okay, so a ton would be like how much a car weighs or like how much an elephant weighs, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, so we have ounces, like how much a strawberry weighs, a pound, like a pound of butter, and a car would be a ton. These are the 3 measurements for weight, okay? Again, it's ounces, and it's the abbreviation is OZ. Pounds, the abbreviation is LB, and tons, notice it's a capital T is the abbreviation for tons. Okay, so let's look at math in our world. Sip of water here. Okay, example 1. Susie's father bought some sugar for their favorite recipe. Which is a more reasonable unit to use for the weight of a bag of sugar? Ounces or pounds? I would say it's not going to be a ton, like the size of a car, right? So a small packet of sugar would be weighed in ounces. Those are those like little, like Splenda or Equal, or like, you know, this big little packets like you see at the restaurant. That would be an ounce. A bag of sugar is much larger and would be weighed in pounds. So what you're going to fill in here, so pounds, P-O-U-N-D-S, is a reasonable unit to use for the weight of a bag of sugar. Okay, turn the page. Now we're on page 724. This is a pretty quick lesson. Okay, example 2 says, which is the most reasonable estimate for the weight, crooked here, reasonable estimate for the weight of a leaf? 1 ounce, 1 pound, 1 ton, or 10 tons. So compare the weight of a leaf to the weight of the objects that you know. Okay, so, you know, pick up a leaf. Would it be as heavy as like a pound of butter, or would it be more like a cherry? Yeah, so you know, it says compare the weight of let's say a leaf weighs less than a pineapple or a pound, right? Or less than a pound of butter. So objects that weigh less than a pound are weighed in ounces. The only option that contains ounces is 1 ounce. So a leaf weighs about, you're gonna fill in here, 1 ounce. Okay, moving on. Guided practice. Okay, so a paper airplane. What's more reasonable, do you think? Remember we did those paper airplanes and we flew them in the Savoy Hall in the cafeteria, right? So think about that, and how much does a paper airplane weigh? It's like a piece of paper, right? Do you think it's 4 ounces, 40 ounces, 4 pounds, or 4 tons? Of course, the correct answer would be 4 ounces, right? Uh-oh, somebody's printing here. Someone in my family is forgetting that I am recording right now. Okay, here we go. Next one, number 2. Sorry about the printer noise. Okay, number 2 is helicopter. Okay, does a helicopter weigh 5 ounces, 500 ounces, 5 tons, or 500 tons? Okay, this is a little tricky. So a car, we said, is like 1 ton, right? So a helicopter, what do you think? we know it's not ounces, right? So we're thinking that it's either 5 tons or 500 tons. So what do you think it would be? Like 5 times the weight of a car or 500 times the weight of a car? Probably 5 tons, right, is a more reasonable estimate. Okay, now Vanessa could tell us probably for sure, because she has a pet rabbit, how much she thinks a rabbit weighs. But she's not here right now. So we're going to guess ourselves. Do you think a rabbit is 4 ounces, 4 pounds, 40 pounds, or 4 tons? 4 ounces. I mean, that's like 3 ounces, right? I would think that a bunny is a little heavier than that. So obviously not 40 pounds or 4 tons. So 4 pounds is a more reasonable answer. Okay, number 4. Now they want you to do this on your own. So you can go ahead and try numbers 4 through 6. Pause the video and then play again to get the answers. Okay, let's see what you came up with. An acorn would be, it's not pounds or tons, so ounces. So 1 ounce or 11 ounces, it's like the size of a cherry kind of, weighs about the same. So I'm gonna say 1 ounce is the best estimate here. Okay, now what about a bed? Now think about this. 10 ounces, you'd be able to lift it, right? Really 10 pounds, you'd probably be able to lift it. Like think about a bowling ball. I mean, most of you probably use, like if you go bowling, a 10-pound ball. 100 pounds would be a lot harder to move, right? And no one would be able to move a 10-ton bed into your house, right? If you had movers moving it in, there's no way they could do that, right? So 100 pounds is the more reasonable estimate here. Okay, then you take a look at this conch shell. Okay, so I guess it depends on the size of the conch shell, because I've seen shells that really were probably weighed 4 pounds. They were really heavy. But the book is saying that 4 ounces is a better estimate here. So I'm guessing they're trying to show us like a smaller size with a little crab that was inside. Okay, now try to do 7 through 9 on your own. Pause the video and then hit play again when you're done. Okay, my friends. Now, I don't know if you've been camping in an RV before, but let's think about this, okay? Definitely not ounces or pounds, right? An RV, 300 pounds versus 3 tons, okay? Well, a car is 1 ton, and we said this bed is 100 pounds, right? So what's the best estimate here? It's not really gonna be only 3 times as heavy as a bed, right? It's gonna be 3 tons is a better estimate. Okay, a goldfish, little teeny tiny little guy, right? That would be 2 ounces. And a desk. What do we think this is? Not 18 ounces, because this is, pound of butter is 16 ounces, okay, 1 pound. So do you think it's 180 pounds and a ton? There's no way you're gonna be moving those around, and we move desks around a lot. So the best estimate here is 18 pounds. Okay, my friends, move on to 10 and 11. Okay, if you want to stop the video, you can. But we will go through that now. Okay, is it more reasonable to say that a pair of shoes weighs 1 ounce, 1 pound, or 1 ton? Okay, so, I mean, a pair of shoes, is it kind of similar to like a pound of butter? Yeah, I'd say it's more 1 pound. I guess depending on the kind of shoes they are, but that's a more reasonable estimate than an ounce, because a shoe weighs more than this, and it's definitely not a ton, right? Okay, number 11, is it more reasonable to say that a pencil weighs 2 ounces, 2 pounds, or 3 tons? I have a pen in my hand, similar in weight probably to a pencil. So yeah, the best estimate here is 2 ounces. We are cruising now on the back page. Problem solving. Okay, which is most reasonable for the weight of 2 thoroughbred horses? 1 ounce, 1 pound, or 1 ton? And it says to explain. Okay, so obviously it says 2 thoroughbred horses are going to be way bigger than 2 ounces, right? Or 2 pounds. So the more reasonable answer, it says 1 ounce, 1 pound. Okay, or a ton, right? So we're thinking, okay, 1 ton. Okay, and here's how you would explain. you could just say 1 ounce and 1 pound would weigh too little. Okay, number 13. Using your answer from exercise 12, what is a reasonable estimate for the weight of 4 thoroughbred horses? Okay, so if we said 2 weighed a ton, then 4 would be 2 times that, right? So that's what we're going to say. If 2 horses weigh 1 ton, then 4 horses, so 4 is twice as much as 2, right? So 1 ton times 2 would weigh 2 tons. Okay, now it says, number 14, estimate the weight of 4 books. So if you think about your textbooks, they probably all weigh about like maybe half a pound, or maybe, I think a book probably weighs more than a pound. I don't have a textbook in my little office right now. I have a cookbook. It's kind of like the size of a textbook. It's a great cookbook. Okay, so if I have this compared to my butter, hold them in each hand, this is actually like twice as heavy as this, it feels like, okay? So I'm gonna say that each textbook is probably 2 pounds each. So we're gonna guess a good estimate would be 8 pounds. Okay, and we're gonna say ounces, because it says to explain, ounces are too little and tons are too much. So hopefully you realize that it had to be in pounds, right? Compared to ounces and tons. Okay, number 15. It says, estimate the weight of 3 objects in your desk, which I know we're not at school. Order the objects from greatest to least weight. Okay, so I'm in we have a little home office desk. And let's see what I have in here. It's a calculator. This is, what else do I have in here? I have a paper clip, and I have some Post-it notes. Okay, so if I pull these up like this, which is heavier? I think actually the paper is heavier than the calculator. So you decide what you want to do, but for my example here, I would say paperclip, calculator, and then Post-it notes. Okay, I think it's actually a capital P, proper noun. Okay, now it says, how do you estimate weight? Okay, so you just kind of compare to the benchmark weights that they gave us at the very beginning, right? The strawberry, the pineapple, or the car. Okay, so we can say compare. Okay, how do you estimate weight? Compare the weight to benchmark. Oh, my writing is very sloppy. Sorry about that. Benchmark weights. Okay, so 1 strawberry equals 1 ounce. Okay, again, that's the weight ounce instead of fluid ounces that we use for capacity. What do they use? Oh, pineapple equals 1 pound. And 1 car equals 1 ton. and we are done with this lesson. So let me know if you have any questions at 11 o'clock about this lesson. The homework pages are the next two pages, 727 and 728. And if you need help, you can let me know. Again, I'm going to say for this week, make sure that you have this little booklet, because if you look in here, here is our weight conversions that are going to be really helpful with tomorrow's lesson. Okay, my friends, have a great rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.